How to create an interactive Doughnut chart in Excel that can automatically change colors depends on the value that we have within our dataset. If we have a value that exceeded the target or surpassed the goal, we're gonna have this greenish color with a positive percentage within the Doughnut chart. But if you have a negative result, it indicates to us that we are still below our target, our goal. We are missing some values to hit the target. So let's find it out step by step from scratch. How can we create this interactive and dynamic Excel chart to help us on our daily basis and also to be used into a presentation, a report, a dashboard in Excel? So let's go. The first thing that we need to have in order to create any type of chart in Excel is to have a data set, because from the data that we have, we can create any type of chart. And here, basically, I have two different columns, one with the categories and another one with the values. And as I want to create a Doughnut chart in Excel, let's say I don't want to use the cells individually, but I want to go underneath here and create some criteria, let's say. The first one is going to be total, where I want to make an addition of the total sold or the total value that I have. So I want to add up all those values. Equal sign, sum function. Double click here, 1, 2 to select, and then I can select everything that I have within my range. Enter. Okay, so this is the total. Let's say now also have in my Doughnut chart criteria, let's say a target, a goal, and my target can be $150,000 like this. So as we can see through the two values that we have, I didn't hit the target because my target is 150 and the current value that I have is 135. That way we can see that the target was not hit. So I want to have a headwish Doughnut chart. But if the target was hit or it was, let's say, exceeded, I want to have a greenish Doughnut chart. And in order to create a chart that can automatically change color, we're going to need to input here 2 more rows to be used as a helper rows, let's say. So the first one can be the red and the second one can be the green. Those 2 rows are going to be responsible to change automatically the chart colors. Equal sign in the head color, or before we do it, let's say the head can be maybe 150,000 and the green can also be $150,000. I just want to input the values as the same as I'm using in the target, because it's going to be easier to create the Doughnut chart, and then it's going to be easier to highlight those individually criteria with different colors, and then we can create the automation using the if function. So let me select everything that I have, the target, the red, and the green. Don't need to select the total because the total later is gonna be inputted either in the red or in the green rows. Okay, so select everything without the total, and then we can go to the insert and select the chart that we want to use. As I want to create a Doughnut chart, of course, I want to choose here the Doughnut chart. Just click over the Doughnut chart and that's it. Now, as you can see, I have basically 3 different slices within my Doughnut chart. The one that are corresponding to the target, that is the blue one, the head one that is currently with this orange color, and also the green color that is currently with this gray color. So let me double click in the Doughnut chart, 1, 2, just to open this right panel. Now with this right panel selected, I can go to the fill align. As the fill, I can choose maybe solid fill, and I want to stick here with a greenish color to start with. Now I can close the fill and go to border, solid line, and as the line I want to use maybe a greenish color, but this time a darker color. And as the width I can use 10, enter. And as the compound type I can change and select the last option, triple, like this. And as you can see, I have a different design into my Doughnut chart. Another thing that I can change here is in the series options. And the Doughnut hole size I can increase up to 85%, like this. Okay, so let me select now, put the cursor over a slicer, because that way I can see what is this range is all about. So this one here is about the target. So let me click again in the target, and as you can see, I'm selecting just this specific slicer. So I'm not selecting everything, but just this slicer in specific. Now I can go to, again, fill align. As the fill, I want to change the fill to a grayish color, maybe this one. And as the border, I can use a darker gray, like this. Now I can select another slicer, such as the red, because the green is already done. And again, as the border, I can select a red color. And as the fill, I can select a red color too, a lighter one, or I can also stick with an orange color like this. Okay, now I can close this panel. I can also click in the legend, select and read it off this option, hit the delete button, and yeah, that's it. Now we're gonna need to update those values automatically in order to create that illusion of change colors in the chart. And to do it, I want to use the if function in Excel. So let's start with the head color, the red color. Equal sign, if function, double click here, want to select. As the logical test, I want to use if the total value that I have is, let's say, less than, look at the logical operator that I'm using here, less than the target, comma. If it's true, I want to have the total itself, comma, else, if it's not true, I want to have an arrow that is pound or the hash sign and /a, close parentheses, and then enter. Okay, so I have here this value as return because the total is a number that is smaller than the target. So this means that the target was not hit. But let's go now and do the green criteria. Equal sign, if function. The logical test now is going to be if my total value is greater than or equal to the target, comma, so I want to have the total itself. Else, comma, if it's not true, I want to have an arrow that is the hash sign in /a, close parentheses, and then enter. Okay, so as you can see, now the chart is going to be always updated for us automatically whenever we have a negative value, or if the target was not hit, or if the target is exceeded, let's say. As we can see here, we only have the red, but let's change some values within my dataset to make the total surpass the target. So we're going to take maybe here July, and I want to change the value to $15,000, let's say. And then I'm going to press enter. Look what's going to happen. Enter. As we can see, the chart automatically changed colors. And also here in the automation that we did with the if function, we also had a switch. Now we have an arrow in the red color, and we got a value within the green criteria. So this is exactly what I need to do here. And the final steps that we can do here in this chart in Excel is to click in the legend and read it off this information, or the header, the title of the chart. And I want to put some percentage within this data. So let's say, as we have the green color, it indicates to us that the target was exceeded. So I want to have a percentage corresponding to how much of the target we exceeded. So let's say 10% or 15% or 56% or on and on. And to create this percentage, I can go to the last row, and here I can, let's say, type in percentage and then equal sign, open parentheses. I want to use the total divided by the target, close parentheses, -1. And then I can press enter. That way I'm going to have a decimal number, but I can select this number and go to the home tab and change it to percentage, like this, 15%. So this indicates to me that the value that I have, in this case, the green one, exceeded the target in 15%. Now I can go to insert, shapes, and then I can select a rectangle. And I can place the area of the rectangle within my chart. And within this rectangle, I can go to this formula bar, click, equal sign, and then select the percentage that I have right here. And if I press enter, as you can see, now the value that we have within the cell is within the rectangle that we have. And whenever this value right here is updated, so let's say I'm going to press enter here, as you can see, the same thing that I have within the cell is the same thing that I have within the rectangle. So it's working. Let me select the rectangle now and make some changes in format. I want to go to the home tab, and then I want to align in the middle and also align in the center. And I also want to increase the font size. Maybe I can use 36, put everything in bold. And also go to the shape format and read it off the outline and also read it off the fill. Now we have a transparent background. Yeah, that's it. So whenever we have an update of those values, the chart is going to be automatically updated for us. And also this percentage that indicates how much we exceeded the target or how much is missing to hit the target also is going to be automatically updated for us. So let's change again here a value. Let's put $100,000, then press enter. As you can see, the chart automatically update. And if I change here, input 0, enter. Let's put 0 in a couple of more cells. Let's see what's going to happen with the chart. Enter. Yeah, that's it. So this is how we can create a dynamic and interactive Doughnut chart in Excel, step by step from scratch. I really hope this video can help you out, and if you have any questions or any suggestions, let me know, comment down below, and I see you tomorrow. As every day has a new video, I see you there.